Hey guys, Dark Angel here. Hey, come tomorrow and I don't know, maybe the next 10 or so days, I am going to have maybe it's around a 10-part series, 5 parts to 10-part series on Right to Travel. I found something that is very tasty for all of us, and it is 100% going to prove what we've pretty much known and been practicing all along. So I want you to stay tuned for that because this is very important. Um, it's what we really just need to know, and I'm going to tell you right now, and just give you a little brief run of what it's about. Uh, where no policy is made, no jurisdiction exists. Where no law can be enforced. Okay, so keep that in mind, and yeah, keep that in mind because that I think is what I am going to actually title this uh, "Right to Travel, where no policy is made, no jurisdiction and/or enforcement of law can be enforced." Yeah, there's going to be something to that effect. But yeah, I want you guys to stay tuned for that because I know there's not a lot of you that follow me, and that's quite all right. But I'm really wanting to get trolls and bootlickers and an audience of this magnitude on here because I want to shut them up. I want to shut them up. The traitors of the United States Constitution, the traitors of America. I want to put them in their place. I want to be that guy. I'm not going to start an argument with you because everything that I'm going to say to you is factual and printed in law. Now, I'm going to show you, just give you a brief show real quick just to give you an idea. I don't know if you can see the thickness of that right there, but that right there, my friends, is anything and everything you need to know about your right to travel, about licensing, registration, uh, the whole 9 yards. Uh, I mean, there is case law in this, right? That was actually hidden case law that was hidden from the public's view because the courts and attorneys alike did not actually want this law to get out. They did not want for people to know about this law. I know you're going to say, well, Dark Angel, how'd you come across it? Don't worry about how I came across it. All you need to know is I got it. That's all you need to know. And that's all the information about that I'm going to share as to how I obtained it because it is this is 167 pages long, and it goes from everything. I mean, what a state's interest is, why it becomes a state's interest. This goes into plates, registration, license, the whole. I mean, everything. Private automobiles, the private sector. Uh, the fact of the matter that the state's roads. Oh, this goes into police power, police authority, what type of authority they have over you. Uh, it goes into, man, I mean, there's so many topics on here, and I think what I'm going to do in this what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and break this book down into sections, and all we're going to do is just we're going to cover the entire book, but I'm going to read it to you. So many pages a day, you know. So if you're watching this and you're gonna be recording it, I would suggest that you record it, because this will be something that you will want in your arsenal. There's a lot of you out there that does have some pretty good briefs that are very credible, and I will say that I read a brief in particular that I'm actually very fond of. I love the brief and the work that he's put into the brief. And there's actually a part of his brief that I'm going to actually attach to this book. But there's also parts of this book that hopefully, if he's watching this channel, which I very seriously doubt he does, he would add to his brief, as it would give it more power. I've looked at this on several different occasions, and I've inserted into his brief what he wrote, parts of this book. And man, let me tell you, if he was to take his brief and parts of this book into the court, it's a slam dunk. It's a slam dunk. Ladies and gentlemen, this book is nothing but the case law. Case law that some of you've heard of, we've heard of, and case law that strengthens those case laws, hidden case laws that the courts passed. And you can go look up cases and you will never find these cases. But when I came across this here, I was so shocked when it even specifically stated on there, Supreme Court case that the judges and the lawyers do not want you to know. They do not want you to know about the secrets of the state. They don't want you to know about the powers that they do not have over us as private citizens. Okay, they didn't even want that to get out. However, as I mentioned when I first it came on, I said one thing: where no policy exists, okay, where no policy exists, no law can be enforced. No jurisdiction exists. That's the key for what I'm going to be talking about come these next few days. Now, it is right now, my time, 4:15 in the morning. And I'll be starting the readings on this sometime during the day today. When, I'm not sure exactly, but sometime during the course of the day today, I will be shooting a lengthy video in reference to this book. So yeah, it's going to cover a lot of areas that a lot of you are going to be like, oh yeah, I knew that, and oh whoa, I didn't know that, or I didn't know that. I want to tell you, I was just as surprised myself to see and read and discover what I discovered. So yeah, it threw me. So where I had questions before, now I have none. I have been assured and confirmed that with what we are doing, our walk, it's legit. It's 100. And I'm 100 on board now, because now I don't have any questions. And after having this here, having this here in my possession that was sent to me by a unanimous individual, and the interesting thing about this is they wouldn't even send me their name as to who this was that sent me this. So whoever you are out there, thank you. And I'm going to utilize it to the best of my ability. I'm going to get it out there in the world and show it. And we're going to start making a difference. We're going to start teaching this law enforcement, these policy enforcers, that They can't just walk around here doing what they think they can do, think they want to do. It's not going to happen. Uh, Once we put these cases into court and start slamming these courts with these cases, I will say this: one's going to hit. One's going to hit, and I hope it's you. I hope it's me. But one of us going to hit. And when we do, that's a day to celebrate. So, anyway, with that said, I didn't want to get on here and get long with this. I didn't want to get long-winded with it because I just want to make a little message, get a little message out there to let everybody know that here the next few days or so, we're going to have a 5 to 10 part series, or I'm going to have a 5 to 10 part series on a reading that you're not going to want to miss. So if you are on here and you're a troll, bootlicker, warring against the Constitution, going against, being mad at us for exercising our rights and going after our rights, you're one of those people, who think that what we're doing is bad when we're actually standing on the law that's presented right before us. This is for you. This is for you too. Because I'm going to tell you something. You bootlickers, you warring against the Constitution, or let me put it like a good guy, that I know. Well, I don't know him personally, but I do go to his channel and leave comments and stuff, though he never speaks back, but that's okay. Bad Wolf. He titled you guys right, traitors. You're traitors. I even left him a message over there and told him, send your troll traffic over to my channel, because that's what my channel is about. We educate trolls over here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do over here. Is I'm going to educate you trolls on something. Because here's the thing: you get on here, you make your comments, and interestingly enough, though you make comments, you provide no proof to nothing you say. You're blowing smoke out your ass. That's what you do. So, I've never seen one of you trolls get on here yet and provide something that contradicts anything we say. For the exception of one gentleman who actually presented the case Hendrick versus Maryland to me, which is a case I read, and I actually did a video on that case. And I was kind of tossed up about it, I admit I was. But then after having viewed that case and looked at the circumstances in the case, and looking at the language that was presented within that case, I've determined and concluded that that case was also written in that of the commercial capacity, based on the fact that they utilized the words commerce and motor vehicle. Now, granted, the judge did avert to automobile every once in a while, maybe once or twice. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly how many times he adverted to the term automobile. But when the law was actually written, okay, he actually cited the law in reference to commercial code. Because if you remember correctly, in some of my other videos, I keep warning you and reminding you guys that the state is only allowed to regulate its business. And being that the state is a corporation, the DMV, the DOT, the DOL, all of these are corporations. They're businesses which require licensing. Now, there is one thing I want you all to keep in mind. A lot of people say, well, yeah, licensing is the thing. No, let me show you something. The law even states that the DOL, Department of Licensing, is only allowed to issue one driver's license. One. Okay? Keep that in mind. We'll be hitting on that topic in this reading here. And I'm going to explain to you why they're only allowed to issue one driver's license. But then you would tell me, well, but Dark Angel, you have Class A, Class B, Class C driver's license. No, you don't. All you have is classifications of a license, one license. And those classifications of those licenses only authorize an extension to specific circumstances. We'll get more into that at a later date, because for right now that's probably a little bit too much for some of you to capture right now. But I'm going to show you why there's only one license ever been issued by the DOL. The DOL's only ever issued one license, but you let the police tell it, you let the state tell it. They confuse you with the way they word things and the way they print things by saying special license, special this, special that. It's not special, it's still the same one license. It's just authorized to extend the license out with circumstances such as endorsements and classifications of weight, classifications of cargo, etc., etc. That's all a license is. It's not, oh, you have a non-commercial and a commercial license. Nope, they're all commercial. Every single license issued by a state is commercial because this is a business. All license plates are registered under business, place of business. Once they get your residence, that is your place of business. And that's why they always tell you, don't register your vehicle. Don't register it. Because now if you register it, the state has an interest, which we will also get into. Why does the state get an interest in your personal private property? If you volunteer it and you sign it over, they have an interest. So you just gave them interest in your stuff. You don't want to do that. So just keep all that in mind, because like I said, I'm not going to actually get into the details of it. I'm just giving you a little bit of juice to prepare you for what's to come, because once I get into this, we're going to run away with it. And you're going to be shocked. So, stay tuned, and power inherit the people. I really want you to come over here to this channel and check this out, and I'll share some information with you. And any one of you guys, here's the deal, Brian, Bad Wolf, Paul Enslaved, all you guys, man, come over here and check this out, man. Check out this readings. I should post maybe a video a day for the next, like I said, 5 or 10 days, if not longer. It just depends on how long I decide to make these videos. I'm going to try not to make them over 20 minutes because I don't want to occupy a lot of people's time, because I know that they have other things to do. But, on the same strength, this is information that we the people need to know. So, with that said, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go get some rest, prepare for my readings for today. And, I hope to see you guys over there. And, we'll talk on another note. This is Dark Angel signing off. And I hope y'all have a good night.